What's good, YouTube? I'm out here with the B8 Audi S4, and today I'm doing a drive shaft installation. That is because the old drive shaft is absolutely cooked. So this is the new drive shaft I'm installing. I got this on eBay. Has 104,000 miles on it compared to the 128,000 miles on this car already. But essentially, the sensor carrier in my drive shaft, which is this part right here, it actually failed, and that allowed the drive shaft to have a little bit of play into it. Along with some excessive driving, that caused the bearings to wear down in both the front and I would say the sensor as well. And that's just my hypothesis, but I think that would be pretty accurate description, especially if we install this one and all the problems go away. Now, the main problem I'm having with the car is that it makes a clunking noise and chirping noise when I drive it. I don't have any vibrations necessarily, except for like around 25 miles per hour, and it just kind of smooths out, but you still hear all the noise. Now, first we installed a JXB carrier to kind of see if we can fix the issue and bring the center carrier, bring the whole drive shaft back into alignment, but that didn't fix the issue. So next up is the full-on drive shaft. We have the car propped up right now, and then we have parts from ECS Swing. These are actually able to be overnight shipped to me, which is excellent because I need this kind of on the fly. But we have these set of like what 8 or 12 new stretch bolts right here. And I believe these are triple squares and not certain on the size yet. We have 2 new gaskets in here, as well as we have these as well to install. So we'll see how this goes. Now, essentially, we're going to drop the exhaust just a little bit. We're going to remove the center carrier first on the old drive shaft, and then we're going to move the front up here, I believe like 6 bolts, and then this is splined in, so we should be able to just pop this right on off, and then install the new one in reverse order. So go back, front, and then the center carrier last. And you see this one is this new carrier is in pretty good condition, only 104,000 miles on here, I believe. All right, so yeah, these bolts are a M10 triple square, and they seem to already have the Loctite on them. If you are using the old bolts, I would say be careful, but make sure you reapply the Loctite. And these are stretch bolts, so maybe decrease your torque spec or increase it. I would say decrease your torque spec next time you put these back in, because these are stretch bolts, like one-time use bolts. And this wholesales like $104, I believe. All right, going park and brake off, and car in neutral. And if you want to put it in neutral manually, you can go down here, take this out, and the neutral switch is that button right. It's a little silver button right down in there, straight down. That button right there, use a little flathead screwdriver, push it down, and throw the car into neutral. But I think park should be fine as well. All right, first thing is the center carrier. Hey, what size bolt was the center carrier? 16 millimeter. This is a makeshift garage. I'm gonna tag them real quick. Just need so 2 16s or 4 16 total for the center. Now we're just popping out each exhaust hanger. All right, so the 2 rears are off, and you just use a flathead underneath to kind of pop those little grommets off, and then hang it down just like so. Next up are the plastic shields and the heat shields. These should all be, I believe, 10 millimeters. Shields coming straight up. Center carrier.
The JBS carrier coming out.
Those are 13s, right?
Yes, sir.
So all I was doing now is just dropping the center carrier, and that just puts slack into the drive shaft. All right, so here's how it's looking now. So this is where it's actually splined into the transmission. There's like 3 little bolts holding it in, and then on the back we have a rear diff. There's about 6 stretch bolts right there that we have to deal with. But so far, we've just dropped the center carrier here. This is the new JXB that we installed to kind of fix the issue in the first place, but that didn't help out. So we're gonna replace the whole thing. Better visual. There's the center carrier, and then this is where the center carrier bolts up to. So drop these 213. So the drive shaft isn't actually bolted to the transmission. It's just kind of splined in place and held there like that. but the rear differential is actually bolted down by 6 bolts. So what we're doing here is pretty much just taking the bolt that has the most clearance. We're unbolting that first, and then we're gonna spin the tires, get clearance on the other bolts, and then unbolt those as well. So that's the process going on right now. But the actual drive shaft, the transmission, there's actually nothing in place there. All right, so the next step here is the rear diff gets kind of seized up, so you have to actually spline the bolts just a little bit, twist them back into the rear diff, and then use a small hammer and tap them, and that will be able to break loose the drive shaft from the differential. Just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
So it worked out pretty easy.
Alright, there we go.
That's the rear of it.
So I was saying right here, you kind of see how they use the zip tie to. It looks like they use it to secure this onto this part. It's kind of janky, but you can kind of see that's not how it's supposed to be. Maybe a new seal was needed. They didn't want to. And maybe that's why all the grease kind of leaked out of here and it started squeaking. But that zip tie is not supposed to be there. So this is the other part of it. So that is now out, and you can kind of see this is where this is inserted into that shaft. It looks pretty dry. I'd expect some grease to be on it. Even on the new one, it looks like there's some grease in the insert of the spline. So not supposed to be like that, and the zip tie was not supposed to be used to secure all this together.
And it's out. There's a whole zip tie on there, as we were saying. This is the JXB carrier right there.
Okay, I think we also didn't. Maybe it's from driving a little bit more. I don't think we did a good job.
No, bro.
Yeah, we didn't do a good job.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah, nah, this is bad, bro.
Take
a look inside of it. You see the little red. You can see how like it's dry.
Yeah, is that rust in there too?
Yeah, so it's
Everything.
been dry for a minute.
Okay, cool. So this is necessary installed, and
That's the old one. Take a look at the new one. Yeah, so you can kind of see in there, right? It's not as dry as the old one. I'm still gonna put some grease in there just to kind of make sure everything's good and like lubricated, but that one was really bad.
that held on by zip ties and thoughts and prayers, man. What does that one say?
This one?
And okay, yeah.
AK0521.
This one says AK01G. Man,
let's put it side by side. I think we should do good.
It should be the exact same, I feel like, but I had called Audi to confirm the parts, and
yeah, no, everything looks identical. Maybe like they switch it up depending on like A4, S4,
yeah,
A7, S7.
The only difference would be like the length. It's like
this length is identical. Just moving forward, so like this.
Yeah.
They're like what's it called?
It stretches,
they
huh?
stretch. So, yeah,
Perfect.
Even this side, I think it stretches.
So
Yeah, so like,
they should all be interchangeable realistically, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the old drive shaft was clearly going through it. You got rust everywhere. We have our JXB, which seems to not be fully aligned, so maybe this would have fixed the issue. Who knows, man? But it's a good thing to get just a whole new drive shaft in there and work on it like that. Now, the real question is, we want to take the risk and put the new JXB onto the new drive shaft to make everything much more stiffer and increase the longevity of it, because it's way easier to get this aligned when it's outside the car. And we're pretty certain that the drive shaft will fix the issue, so I'm gonna discuss real quick. Yeah, never mind, we're actually gonna leave the old carrier stock because this one has like way more play in it. That means it has a bigger margin of error when you put the new transmission in. Essentially, this needs to be perfectly level when we put the JXB in so that the drive shaft goes in smooth. So I'll actually do the JXB on a proper lift. That way everything is nice, flat, and aligned, because there's absolutely no play in the JXB carrier, like none at all. So any bit off, you're gonna feel that vibration in the drive shaft. This one here, you can be off by a good margin, still have a good amount of play. Grease going in. It's gonna grease up the input as well. So just greased up the new gasket for the drive shaft.
That kind of lets it stick like that, and then you're gonna grab one of the new bolts, stick it through to kind of make everything align.
Right, perfect. So honestly, not a crazy difficult install, but just gotta Gotta make sure it works though, is all. And definitely pick up the stretch bolt package from ECS Tuning. Comes with all the gaskets, all of the hardware that you need to get the whole job done, I would say. Man, he didn't sponsor me, bro. And you know what those brackets are called?
I don't know, because they use them on BMWs also.
Yeah.
They're like axle support or like axle bolt support. I don't know.
So these are the new supports here. So getting the front spline in first. All right, currently going in with the new stretch bolts. The drive shaft was a bit snug going back in. Got to lower the exhaust a bit more to be able to maneuver in, but once you get in there, it's pretty good. I'm just supporting the drive shaft right here. Yeah, he's back there putting in the new stretch bolts. And they put a lot of extra parts in the bag too, so you have more than enough stretch bolts, more than enough cross brackets, these things right here. And you only need 3 of these because it's 6 bolts total. And it just goes on there just like this. Huge gasket mating to the differential. Then these go on the back of it just like this, 6 in total. And I have no idea what the torque spec is for any of this stuff.
I think good. Tight enough is good.
Yeah.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Turn.
Okay.
That's good?
Yeah.
So here we are under the car with the new drive shaft, and we started with these bolts right here, 6 bolts total with 3 supports, 2 for each bolt, or 2 for every pair of bolts. Tightening those down by kind of, you know, putting the car neutral, spinning the wheel a little bit, getting the clearance needed, and then here again, this was already removed initially. This is the center shaft support bearing with bolts. Took those bolts out, the new ones are in, and then lastly, nothing needs to be unbolted up front here. Essentially, it slides in and it just should slide right back out. None of this needs to be unbolted. Then that's it, pretty much.
All right, so last step is to torque it down. We have the wrench out here. We're going for 70 Newton meters or like 50 foot-pounds, I believe. Some random guy on Facebook said that was the correct spec, so I was gonna trust that. All right, so we went to 50 Newton meters, so 70 just seemed a little bit too tight, but heat shield is going back on now. Those were the 10s. And at this point, just putting the whole car back together, and we'll test it out here shortly. All right, so the new drive shaft is in, and we just put the car in gear and let it ride a little bit. And we heard absolutely no noise except for one small, very minuscule click up here in the front. It's not due to the drive shaft, it's due to whatever this black clover or 5-leaf clover looking thing right here is. And this little part right here, if you touch it down, you actually feel a little play in there. But when you touch it, the clicking stops. So other than that, the main issue with the drive shaft is solved. There's no more squealing or squeaking. We have to drive real quick and see what happens, but hopefully that click doesn't get any louder. If it stays normal, came in here, then I think we have completed the installation. Success, success, success. We got the drive shaft back in place and it's working out just fine. No more noise except for like one little plastic click that I'm not too sure about, but you can't hear it when you drive, only when it's up in the air. And I'm pretty sure it's good to go. But definitely the bearings in the drive shaft were bad or misaligned, and the new drive shaft, 104,000 miles on it, fixed the issue. The car is driving better than ever. And I thought there's less slack in it too, so it's driving much, much better. But if you have the same issue as me with a clicking drive shaft, vibrations, things like that, then go ahead and get a new drive shaft, and I think a used one will work just fine. And definitely I have the JXB carrier in there as well. For my previous video, I'm gonna tag it right here. But I'm going to install that when I get back to where I can record it myself, because we'll have a lift. And when you install the carrier, you want the car to be completely flat. That way it goes in properly and it's properly aligned and things like that. Shout out to my boy right here, Makeshift Garage. I'm gonna tag him. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. He does work on BMWs. A couple of cars going on right here, so it's gonna start popping out. That's pretty much the end of the video. If you have any questions about the install, any parts, things like that, I'm sorry about the angles, but hopefully you got the gist of how to install the drive shaft. It's a very simple job. If you have 2 people, it makes it a lot easier. It took about, man, probably an hour and 30 minutes at the most. It was super, super simple. But I'll link all the parts and tools in the comment section below that you need. And if you like this video and enjoy my content, go ahead and subscribe. I have plenty more videos coming out on the Audi S4, dual pulley, a lot of performance upgrades in different cars and things like that. But yeah, drop a like on the video as well. Other than that, thanks for watching.